I heard the Atlanta Falcons won today. Who did they win to? Oh, the Panthers. Per usual. What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So, because I don't exactly have a lot of time to edit this video is just going to be a video of me talking. It's not going to have any stats on the screen. It's not going to have any pictures or whatever. It's just going to be me talking. But finally, another win for the Atlanta Falcons, and this time we did hold on to a lead in the fourth quarter where it kind of seemed like, oh my gosh, are the Panthers seriously about to go down the field and score and we're going to choke again? Thankfully, we didn't do that. We did hold on. The Atlanta Falcons did, they did kind of relate to us on social media. They put, whew. Well, we won today on social media, and I was like, I mean, how can you blame them? Like, we've been really bad this year, period. Like, period, point blank. But there was a lot that went well. But before I get into what all went good, what went bad, and then other news, I do want to point out, the only thing I will apologize for in my recent videos about the Falcons rebuilding and stuff, though I do still think rebuilding is the smart thing to do, I will admit they're probably not going to do it in the way I said they were going to, how they're literally going to release every single player like Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Deion Jones, Ricardo Allen. Like, they're probably not going to release every player because it really seemed like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones were playing to keep their career here in Atlanta. That's what it looked like. And, you know, you also want to have like that kind of winning mentality in Atlanta. You don't want to have like a mentality of, oh my gosh, we're going to lose games on purpose. Does anyone want to join our team? You know, like I think they're going to keep, it looks like they're going to keep Matt Ryan and Julio Jones for next year. And every other player I'm starting to think is probably going to go, though. Like, I think Keanu Neal's going to go, Ricardo Allen's going to go, Isaiah Oliver's going to go, maybe Deion Jones goes. I don't know. He's definitely been a lot better recently. Takk McKinley's going to go. Honestly, I don't even see Dante Fowler being on this team next year. Alex Mack is probably not going to be here. Jake Matthews, maybe. So there are probably going to be a lot of players that go. But I will admit, it's looking really likely that they're probably going to keep Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. And they can maybe make a good playoff team with that. But I don't talk bullcrap with you guys. I'm just being honest. If you want to win a Super Bowl, I think you need to build a whole new roster. Like, literally a whole new quarterback, a whole new set of receivers. And it's not necessarily that I'm like trash talking Matt Ryan or whatever, because we'll get to him in a second. He played an awesome game. It's just, you know, we're getting to the point where even when you do build an amazing roster, like a Super Bowl roster, your quarterback and your star receiver, it's like, are they even going to be like young enough to play with these guys? So it's not necessarily a knock on Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. It's really just, I'm kind of preparing for the future without them. And in my personal opinion, I think if you want to win a Super Bowl, you need to get a whole new team. But it looks like they're not going to do that. I think they're going to stick with rebuilding a whole new team yet again with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I think they can make a playoff team, but I don't bullshit you guys. I think this is only a playoff team at best if you build around them. I'm sorry. I think you need to build a whole new roster if you want to win a Super Bowl. But that's just me. But anyway, we did get a win here. And let's just go over what all went good in this game. And there was a lot of things that went really good in this game. Matt Ryan had a fantastic game. His mobility in the game really surprised me. He was able to sense pressure. He was able to scramble. He had, I think, the longest rushing touchdown of his career in this game. And then his throws were on point. Like, he just was really, really good. That one interception he threw, that was just a really good play from the Panthers defense. So I don't really fault him on that one. I think Matt Ryan played an awesome game. Julio Jones, of course, balled out per usual. Calvin Ridley did get injured, but when he was in the game, you know, he looked pretty good. The O-line was, you know, good. It was all right. The running game was good. Alright, not the greatest. Todd Gurley had like a couple good runs. Brian Hill had a couple good runs. We're still not utilizing Hayden Hurst, by the way. But other than that, I would say the offense did play good. Not great, but I think they played good. Now, as far as Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, yeah, that was great. But everything else, it was good, but there's still a lot more work to do if you want to make a great offense. Now, the defense, I actually have to applaud the defense because for once, I actually think this defense played really, really well in this game. The pass rush certainly showed up. Grady Jarrett had like one of the best games of his career. And then Dante Fowler, I'm definitely tired of him at this point. That one play where he tried to like kick Teddy Bridgewater, I was like, yeah, you're out. You're definitely not going to be on the team next year. But he had an okay game. We actually had some of the linebackers come in and blitz too. Like Deion Jones had himself a good game. Foye Oluokun, I'm going to toot my own horn on that one. Foye Oluokun is underrated. I told everyone, don't sleep on Foye Oluokun. He's a good linebacker. He's proving that this year. He is a good linebacker. I would keep him next year. The linebackers and the pass rush was there. And honestly, the secondary, I wouldn't necessarily say they played, impressive, if that makes sense. Because don't get me wrong, there were still some plays where I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Like, AJ Terrell let up a really big play at the end. And then Ricardo Allen let up a big touchdown. Keanu Neal couldn't really tackle. So don't get me wrong, the secondary was not great. But they played better than they did. Like, Keanu Neal had a couple good hits here and there. AJ Terrell in coverage was okay. You know who actually had an okay game was Isaiah Oliver. Honestly, he actually did okay in this game. But other than that, that's really all that went good. It was really just a good team performance. And then as I was recording that, my phone storage is full. So now I'm recording on my computer. So sorry about that transition. But anyway, time to go over what went bad in this game. And the things that went bad in this game also went good. I think the only two things that I didn't really walk away from like that impressed was the secondary. I know I kind of like complimented them, but I also mentioned that they had a couple bad plays too. Like AJ Terrell let up a big play. Ricardo Allen did. So the secondary still wasn't exactly perfect, but it definitely looked better. And then Dante Fowler is another thing that went bad. Like, he had a couple good plays, but oh my gosh, I would not keep Dante Fowler on this team, to be honest with you. But those are the only things that really looked bad. Everything else, I thought this was really a good team effort. Like, there wasn't anything that was like noticeably bad. The only things that I guess were bad was the secondary and Dante Fowler, but I don't know, they also did pretty good, so I kind of put them in the what went good and what went bad column. It was just an overall good performance by the Atlanta Falcons. And then in other news, I don't exactly expect a playoff push here. I don't expect the Falcons to finish 10-6. I think the season is about done. But there are a lot of trade rumors going on, like Takk McKinley is probably going to get traded. A lot of these players are probably going to go, like, I don't know about before the trade deadline, but definitely after the season. Like I said, Ricardo Allen, Keanu Neal, a lot of these players are probably going to go. And then I think we just about ended the Panthers' playoff hopes. I think that kind of sealed it. That kind of felt good, to be honest with you. But that's the whole game recap. Just to let everyone know, there will not be a video this Tuesday. I was supposed to let you all know of that beforehand, but something got in the way. But now here I am with another video, but I will let you know there will not be a new Rise Up Rundown this Tuesday. New episodes of Rise Up Rundown will return on Friday, and everything will be back to normal. And my Dirty Bird Discussions episode will come back this Wednesday. I will be answering your mailbag questions from last week and this week. So make sure to ask any questions that you have, and I will be sure to answer them. In this week's video, or I guess next week's, I will go over talks about if Matt Ryan's prime is done in the NFL. There seems to be a lot of talks on that, and I will give up my thoughts, so please make sure to check out that. But other than that, I hope you guys all stay safe and enjoy this win. As always, rise up.